Hi, it's Susan at Seaside Stitches, and it's not me made May, but I'll just tell you that I am wearing my Yasmin dress from Sinclair Patterns. I'm a bit zhuzhed up here with some curls and some frizz and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, I thought it's quite windy outside still. The rain has stopped and we have blue skies for today. Or well, for this morning. I'm sure you'll be able to hear my washing machine buzzing in the background though. But I thought I'd just come on to introduce my next video, which is a catch-up really from what's been going on some of April, some of May, and I'll see you in a bit. So I had a bit of a lull in my sewing. I couldn't concentrate, etc, etc. You don't need to know all that. And then all of a sudden I felt well. And it started to come back and I went a bit crazy. So I've diaried a bit of that and I hope you enjoy it. See you in a bit. Bye for now. Ooh, I have to take this all apart and minimise it and fold things up and put things back to where they should be. And we have a whip here because I was also going to do Whips Away May. And I still may do that. This was one that I was using what I have and altering it for the gathering if I chose not to wear the one I wore for Plymouth Frocktails. Anyway, more mess, more my second overlocker, mess, my first overlocker, mess, and yes, stuff. So I need to put this away and I'm going to have a go at that after I've done my lunch. Now I'm going to give you a sneak peek of something. I wished I could have had it finished, but I'm not going to touch it now for at least 3 weeks, I don't think. So here is my, I don't know if you'd know who inspired me and whose inspiration I have used for this, but this is an almost put together in a very strange way, a very, very mini style arc dress. But it's a very, very mini style arc dress to be completed because I couldn't get any more width out of the skirt panel. The width of fabric for the skirt panel. So I have to be a little bit ingenious, and that's the only length I could get. And then I'm going to put some frills on the bottom with yet another different colour gingham. It's only polycotton, but I really wanted to try this, and I've had it cut out in this fabric for ages, and I bought it specifically for this reason from Weymouth, and we haven't been to Weymouth for at least 3 years. I bought it in a little shop and I just gathered the different colours of it. I'll just show you another colour. The paler blue is for the sleeves, which I'll cut out. Got an almost empty table. Still got lots of bits and bobs, but it's much better than it was. Okay. Well now, it's 9:20 at night and I've done it. We are sorted. Oh. Just finished in the garden as well. Okay, pop that away tomorrow. It's got pins in, so I can't just hang it in the wardrobe. There we go. I'll just go to this side. Ooh, not keeping you very straight, am I? Right, okay. Sit down, a couple of bickies, and flop in front of the TV for an hour. Okay, so that's the medium size that I'm on with now. I had it all cut out, but I've been doing it today as if I'd gone to the sewing social, and that's as far as I've got with it. So pleased with that. I'll pick it up again tomorrow. Not feeling marvellous, so I'm glad I didn't go because I wouldn't have liked to have had to drive home in the last hour. Okay, bye for now. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I've just come back from Sainsbury's. I've made a vlog this morning. I'm just kind of diarying my day, or journaling if you like. And so what I've got up to today is that, well, I'd say not very much, but I realised while I came into my sewing room, it's quite dark in here, I'm sorry about the lighting. This is not a proper vlog, it's just a kind of, like I say, it's just a bit of a journal for me today. So what I've done is I've decided that I want to make a skirt. I have some things outstanding and I did want to finish them first, but what I'm deciding is let's go with the flow. So I've got the dressmaker's closet Sadie skirt. I don't know if you can see that. I also found in putting some things away, I had found some blue fabric that was going to be part of making a bag for the S8875 that I have been altering, which I was altering really as a backup for going to the gathering. It's just about use what I have, and I was altering the sleeves. I just took the sleeves out, took a little frill off and put the sleeves back on. I've still got one that's just pinned on and I need to I was going to say text that, that's not the right word, tack that. I need to tack that in. So that's a thing that's waiting to be done. And in the meantime, I'll just stop the video. On this board on the floor, this is one of the boards that I keep in my cupboard. When I've started a project, I put things on it and then I layer them on top of each other. And I got this out the other day because this was going to be just an over-the-shoulder bag, a crossbody bag, made out of the fabric of the dress, the S8875. And these are the pieces ready to quilt. I've got the lining thing there, and then I had a piece of this royal blue cotton, but I also had the actual blue, I'll just bring you around a minute, blue of the dress. But this is, I don't know if it's a polyester twill, but it is a beautiful, but to me it's more like, it would make a nice skirt. And I didn't think there was enough, but I've just realised that there may be if I do a very simplistic front and back skirt, if you know what I mean. And so I have rooted out this pattern, the Sadie skirt, and then obviously instead of using this fabric for the bag, which wouldn't really be suitable, I have got a near enough blue that would go with the other fabric, and I'm making a decision, and I was going to use that and that mesh and that zip. So I think I'm going to leave that for now, obviously, but maybe look into finding some space to cut this into a Sadie skirt. So that's that one thing that I've thought of. As I was moving some things around, I found, well, I went into the cupboard and went into a box and found the sleeves that weren't exactly missing, but I'd taken them out of a dress that's almost a maxi dress that I wear I do wear it in the summer, but more in the autumn winter with a black polo underneath and with boots. And I had taken those off because I was taking in the sides of the dress, making another of my alterations, and I'm going to put the sleeves back on, but they're a bit long, so I was going to take an inch off the length of the sleeves at the shoulder rather than take them out of the cuff, mess about with the gathers, get the cuff back on, which was more complicated for me when I did that with my Plymouth Frocktails dress. So I'm thinking if I've got space if I've got time available with my energy, I may actually cut the inch off the top of the sleeve. The other thing is I have found some navy blue gingham, which is it's more than polyester. It's almost like overall fabric. It's kind of got a bit of a nylon feel to it, and it could well be nylon. I've no idea. I got it off the swatch table at the Sewing Social. The dress I'm talking about there with the blue frill on, that's the one, but it's inside out, is what I was talking about. And yesterday on my Friday sews, I did put a little bit on about this toile for the Belle dress and how I couldn't actually make the full skirt because I only had a short piece of it because it's not wide, and I couldn't cut out as the dress develops and goes wider towards the hem. I didn't have enough fabric to cut it out of, but this is considerably wider, and although it won't be a match for the same fabric type, as the skirt. I could get the skirt made out of that and get a real idea about what that would look like in a full length dress. So I'm toying with that idea as well, but this is how my mind works. I could fill myself up with about 7 days worth of sewing here. So that's just me diarying this for the minute. And this is my table, and it's only half size now because I've had to limit it. And I've got my overlocker on it. So this box will be put back away because that's where I've got the Sadie skirt pattern out of. And I'll put that away. And then I've still got the bag to do that I was working on yesterday. And some pieces of that, some of them are there, and some things to put away after I was vlogging yesterday. So I'll sort that out first. And then as I put the box away with the Sadie pattern in it, I rediscovered this that I'd had out for my Friday sews to explain what I was wearing on the 23rd. And overnight I'd been thinking I could make that dress out of this, which was also on the swaps table at one of my visits to the Northwest Sewing Social that is run by Christine, the Gemini Stitcher. So that could also develop into a project. So I'll put that to one side now, but this is how my mind works when it starts to get a bit feverish. And all in this still in this little 15 minutes I'm doing here. This is the bag that I'm due to finish. I had aimed to finish. I just need to sew this on this end and then bind it. And I have all the binding here ready. And then I have to, stab myself with a pin. And then I have the zipper to put in with the binding for the zip and the little end. I just saw the end for it. The end tab for the zip, and that's a bit of spare bias binding for that, but that's the binding for the zip, which isn't bias, and this is the zipper pull. So that's that. And then if you move over here, so I could get that done this afternoon if I stop messing about. And then I have this bucket hat that I'd like to make. This is the Orange Betty, I think. Pattern company, and I think it's a free pattern. Can't find any instructions, but I think there's a written blog on her website, so I'm going to have a look at that. Probably not till tomorrow. I don't need to get that done till the 31st, but I would like to make a start on it and see what I might be making it out of. So that so far is, oh no, and then I also got inspired the other day because I wore the purple dress, and then I know that the light's not good because I've not done it ready for the light. But I also wore a lilac and white top that is from this pattern, and I've been thinking about the stretch jerseys that I have that I could make another one of these from, and so that is on my mind as well. Not that I'm going to be doing it right now, but it's the thoughts are percolating about that. Okay, so this is the navy blue spot dress that I was just mentioning that I wore when I did my Friday Sews vlog, and that is the pattern for it. Just joining that together for you, so that's what I might be using again for what I just showed you. And as I haven't put these away, these two need to go away now. So that's on my list too. And if all that isn't enough, I have come across this fruity fabric, which may be something I would make for the month of June in the Fruity Challenge that's run by Yvette at, I wanted to stay Stasho, but it is Yvette at Stasho, but our channel is, not the bobbin. I know what it is anyway. I'll come back with that. But probably the most important is to make this piece of fabric into one of those, because I've made that as my bedside table cover, and I need one at the other side to match it for Alan's stuff, because I've put his stuff on a black velvet mat just for now. There are stains on the top of the bedside tables, and Yeah, so I've got the lilac for that, and I have a piece of white cotton fabric for the backing, which is just white poly cotton, and a bit of fusible fleece. So that is really the biggest priority, but maybe not just now. Okay, so the first thing I was going to do today, I decided, was finish that bag, the open wide medium bag. And what am I doing? I've stuck my pieces together from the style arc that I had to cut into bits I've talked about before, and I have just cut out the back, and I am about to cut out the front, having to do it on the floor because I don't want to put up my table again just for now. Okay, let's crack on. The weirdness of a sewing woman. There she is. I managed to find that longer piece of gingham that was wider, and I've put the skirt on, and I'm quite pleased with it. It's far too many gathers for me. If I were going to make it properly, I would reduce some of the width of the skirt at the waist, maybe keep it more as full at the bottom but grade it down. And I've even got my easy fit shirt that I hadn't been able to open the buttonholes on because of my hand. I've opened them and I've planned my next 2 buttonholes, but I'm not doing that tonight. I need calm and freshness before I start messing with the buttonholes. Okay, as far as I'm going to go with it. I think today we've decided that we're going to do some visiting later in the week, and I need to prepare for that. So that's on hold a little bit now. Update from the sewing room. Today it is the 26th, and yesterday I managed to put the sleeves back in. They were tacked in. I'd taken in the dress in February. That was a backup for the Plymouth frocktails if I'd have been using it, or I was going to use it for the gathering. So as I was working on taking in my SEWJO in the velvet, I also was taking the sleeves off this and trying to get this right as well. That had been hanging about with one sleeve tacked in, one sleeve pinned in, so I sorted that out, and that is a complete garment again. It can go in the wardrobe, and I'm really pleased with that. So that's one ticked off. And then I plan to do the buttonholes. There are 2 more buttonholes needed for this. My machine went crazy. This is months and months and months ago, and it didn't do the buttonhole where it was supposed to. I took one out, and then it did one, and it shunted it up on one side. So I've been wondering how on earth to rectify that. Anyway, I'm going to put the next ones on now. Bag is on my immediate list, particularly if we're going to be going somewhere, and I might need it with its big brother. Okay, that's priority number 1. I've got both sides on now, and you can see inside, and there is the other side. I'm going to put the zip on now. Oh, and now the zip is on, so I just need to bind it and put the zipper tab on the top, on the back. Okay, I've got this fancy little way of doing the edges there. There you go. Yeah, I've just got the zipper pull thing that I put on, and the zipper tab at the back. So that's it. I can go and get some lunch. It's all done now. Ta-da!